Hello out there, this is Toy Customizer Wakeangel2K1, bringing you the second smallest toy that I purchased over my stay at Wizard World Comic Con in Philadelphia. It's a Gundam! I can't be sure specifically which Gundam this is, although it looks a lot like the original one. Although I'm sure that there are a lot of Gundam aficionados out there that will be able to tell me exactly what model number this thing is, who its pilot was, what series it was on, and why it's better or worse than any of the other Gundams that there ever were. Although it does really look like the very basic Gundam model from, the original show. That's just the iconic Gundam look. He has the color scheme, the shape, everything's right there. Like I said, I found this in a bin with a bunch of other secondhand Gundam toys, many of which were broken. This one was perfectly intact, but had no accessories. I saw others that had accessories, but they looked to be in a slightly worse shape than this, so I went along with it. For size comparison, I have only one other Gundam toy, and that's the Robot Tamashii GN Archer from Gundam Seed, and they're about the same size. Maybe GN Archer is just a hair taller, not significant though. I will, however, say that this guy feels like he has a much more solid construction. I mean, look, I can't really pull that off. With GN Archer, her parts pop off like much easier. That's not something I can do with this Gundam that I just bought. So he seems to be whoever made him seems to have made him to last a bit more than the Tamashii. However, he can wield the Robot Tamashii accessories just fine. See that? The beam saber slides right into his arm. Just fine. So I don't know, maybe this is probably a significantly older toy than the GN Archer, but maybe they all have some kind of same size standard. I mean, the plastic, like, this feels harder. Like, it actually feels, I don't know how to say, it's softer, but not really floppy, or I don't know. It feels like a toy that was meant to be more played with than just displayed, because it's definitely a tougher toy, I can tell you that. He looks like he has holes in his backpack where you would put accessories if he had any. Speaking of which, very well detailed, even featuring articulated little rockets. They are on very little ball joints, and you can point them in slightly different directions. See? See how I just kind of push one of the rockets up a little bit? See it? Then I push it down. See? See? Articulated rockets. You can also remove the backpack entirely. Pretty sure that's to swap out a different backpack. Maybe there was a wingsuit or something that this guy could wear. No idea. Actually, while we're zoomed in on this, let's take a look at all of his details. You can see little scratches on the toes are the only. Oh, look at the bottoms of his feet. That wasn't an accident at all. That's the only places where the paint is scratched even a little bit. So this figure has very durable paint app. It's just a really good figure. It's a really, really nice figure. It doesn't feel fragile or knockoffy at all. It's a really solid construction with an excellent paint job. It's a really, really good action figure. Been on the small side, especially for a Gundam, but if you're someone who loves detail above all else, you really can't go wrong with this. Especially because Gundam figures are really hard to find. In fact, I think besides that GN Archer that I bought on eBay, this is the closest thing to a Gundam toy that I actually own. It's a knockoff toy I got at a pharmacy for like $1. Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see where it's kind of there. I think This one, yeah, this one has a light up in his chest. But yeah. So yeah, cheesy knockoff Gundam makes his cameo. Okay, let's talk articulation. What can this guy do? He has oh, by the way, these things are flexible, so that's probably why they aren't broken. Especially considering he was in a sandwich baggie when I bought him. There's a ball joint on the head, although it really functions more as a swivel. Although there is a little bit of give side to side. Universal shoulders, they can go out and forward like this. And the arm seems to be capable of moving independently of the armor that surrounds it. There's a bicep swivel, elbow that goes about 90 degrees, and wrist swivels. He has a torso joint, although since it's square, since the sculpting of his midsection is square, it's kind of limited to about that far. Still, about as far as I would expect a giant robot to be able to twist. The hips are a little bit limited by these skirts. They're flexible but not articulated, so you aren't really going to get more of a splay than this. Although they can go forward and backwards a fair distance. I mean, he can't exactly... He can't do a full split, but you know, he can get pretty far. He has a knee that goes 90 degrees, and he has a lot of joints around his ankle region. Like the foot can move independently of this little bit of armor, and there's some inward tilt you can give him for wider leg stances. Yeah, like really, really good articulation. So I'm just gonna call this the Gundam, as I really wouldn't have a more specific model number to call him by. If you know, then say it in the comments and feel like a champion. But yeah, it's a very basic yet very awesome action figure. If you can find these things, I would recommend them. I mean, if I see them at my next convention, I'll probably pick a couple more up. I mean, I was tempted to get a Goof or a Zaku, because they seem to have some in decent condition. If I ever run into that dealer again, I'll see if I can buy more from him, because this was really good. Alright, this is Toy Customizer, Wakeangel2K1, signing off.